I'm Steve and this is Joe Daley, and we're in Te Anau, or just outside Te Anau at the Quay, growing saffron.
We were looking for something different to do. That's when we started.
Yes, yep.
Something outside of the box, something to try, put your toe in the water. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, walk away. But it did work, and it's working exceptionally well.
Yeah, well, it all started off that Joe wanted to do a trial plot of saffron. She said to me, she said, "Oh, can we buy 500 corms?" And I said, "Oh yeah, so what's the story about saffron?" Because I knew nothing about saffron down here. It was just totally out of the ordinary. And I said to Joe, I said, "No, we're not going to buy 500 corms, saffron corms. We're going to buy 40,000.
I think commonly the first thing people think of when they hear saffron is perhaps Moroccan, Middle Eastern cuisine,
Food, yeah.
paella certainly, with really awesome New Zealand seafood. I think in the future the more research done about saffron, as an alternative land use as well, we'll see it more widely planted. We'll see more research done and perhaps expand that end use. People are tending to look more for locally produced goods. They want the traceability, they want the trust. The overseas demand for New Zealand saffron far outstrips what the supply would ever be for the next few years anyway.
So we processed our saffron for the first year, and we didn't get much. How much did we get in the first year?
36 grams.
36
grams is a handful.
So
It was exciting though.
It was really exciting. We thought, we were out there looking at the corms and thought, "Mate, here's one, we've got one, we've actually got a flower." It was really exciting. So
and we got up late at night with a headlight on to try and race each other to see the first one.
It
And
was
then when we found the
crazy,
first one, we didn't really know what to do with it.
We took it up to Ray and Sheryl there, and they said, "This is really, really good saffron." They said, "You should get this tested." And Joe got the results, came back on the laptop.
No, so it aced it actually. So the ISO test for any product measures our product against all products. And we wanted to be able to validate it because we knew it was good, but we need to be able to prove that to our customers and to ourselves. Colour, the flavour and the aroma are the three things you look for in saffron. The ISO grade for colour, particularly in saffron, is 190. So when we did receive the results, the saffron scored 300. So that result hadn't been published before. No one had ever seen that result. The reason they think that happens is that the saffron plant, with its thin crocus leaves that has a white stripe down the leaf, acts as a UV magnet, and the further south we come, the stronger that UV light is, and so that's in effect concentrated it to the point where the difference between New Zealand grown saffron and imported saffron, you would probably only use a third. That's what our feedback from overseas customers in particular. It's that trusted New Zealand provenance. It's the traceability of the product, it's the food safety standards, it's just New Zealand produce in general perceived to be of a better quality. That's the downside, it's labour intensive. Labour intensive using the woofers, and we're lucky that we can use their help. They enjoy the cultural exchange, sharing of work. It works for us, and it's also spreading the word about saffron being grown in New Zealand. Picking season is through April. The flowers are picked by hand because then you have the quality control. So the flower can progress, come up similar to asparagus overnight,
Yes.
And then progress through to the appearance of the three saffron stigmas, the female parts of the plant. First, when we see that above the petals, then we know that it's ready to harvest. Then we sit around the table, bring the morning's harvest of flowers to the centre. Each flower, when it's picked in the field, is picked at the very base of the flower. Early in the morning, the flowers are still closed, so they're nice and clean inside. Our object is to remove the three red stigmas from the flower, so that we have only saffron stigmas, so just red. This puts it into a super high grade called Sargol saffron, meaning all red. Then the dehydrating process is very specific. If saffron is over dried, it's desiccated. If it's under dried or perhaps dried and then left in contact with the air, it reabsorbs the moisture. So consequently, if the saffron's prepared properly, the shelf life of saffron is practically unlimited. And the more people that come wandering around the fields, and the more people that become more aware of saffron growing in New Zealand and just the use of the plant as well, pretty much the happier we'll be.
It's a product that's really exciting that's coming on, that we, you know, every day we go out there and there's something new about the saffron that we are looking into, and it's a challenge, and, you know, as I said, really exciting that, you know, to take it further ahead than what we're doing. It's brilliant.